Players.
Players.
Players Own.
Players Own.
Players' own voice.
Players Own Voice.
It's Players Own Voice, a podcast from CBC Sports. Jill Saulnier is a history-making forward. Nova Scotian history, to be exact. She is the first woman alongside Blayre Turnbull from that province to play Olympic hockey.
And what a moment for the first Nova Scotian to ever make the national team, and her teammate that she grew up with, Blayre Turnbull, the second, and here they are on the Olympic team together.
Jillian is also relatively new to the Canadian national team, and I think even her most bitter opponents would admit she is a feisty one.
Clear Canada with a chance, a breakaway for Saulnier. Saulnier is in, shoots and scores!
I want to start today's chat with Ms. Saulnier on slightly less momentous business, though. I just want to get the story straight on the little matter of her choosing just the right time to mention a hankering for a certain native delicacy in her part of the world. Jilly Bean, All-American, Cornell,
You betcha.
two-time world champion,
Silver medalist.
You've had a whirlwind of 2.5 months coming off of Olympic tour, world tour, essentially. Get off the plane, 14 hours, exhausted, emotionally, mentally, physically. Reporters there, what do you say? Tell me that story.
I said I was tired, and I said I wanted a lobster. Those were the two things I said. And someone actually grabbed that and ran with it. So I had a lot of videos. I have a lot of lobster dates coming up.
Have you taken one?
I'm pending right now. Looking to meet.
Like how many's many?
This company, this like lobster company, like has been like trying to like reach out, and we're trying to like connect because they have a big one for me. So I'm excited. So
Just a giant lobster.
yeah, I'm pretty excited about it.
But Nova Scotia's gotten behind you.
Yes, tremendously. I mean, obviously I'm biased, but Nova Scotia's been absolutely tremendous in my response and coming back here. And when I got back home, there were people at the airport waiting, reporters of course, but it wasn't until I actually got back and kind of into the swing of things that I realized how proud the province was and how excited people were to have a silver medal back. And obviously in hockey, to win a silver, you need to lose a gold in that very moment, and it's kind of a tough pill to swallow. But that's not how this country and this province saw that. They saw it as a success and as a victory, and that's something that I've taken a lot of pride in, and it's taken a while to do that, but seeing other people wear that medal is what really makes me appreciate the journey that I had to get that.
What support have you seen?
Support, smiles, kids, excitement. And it sounds corny, but that's the stuff that is motivational and makes me want to keep training and try to bring another one back. Because, when I was a kid in Nova Scotia, there were no Nova Scotians that brought a medal back from the Olympics playing hockey, and especially playing female hockey. So, if I had the opportunity to show a kid or just change one kid's mind, or, someone was thinking about giving up, and not even in hockey, in anything, that's when I bring the medal out and they see it, and it's it's a game changer, and it's pretty special for me to see that.
Your medal looks like it has lived in like a dishwasher or a laundromat.
Not a dishwasher. That would require it to be clean.
No. I mean, like the ribbon on that medal.
A dirty dishwasher.
Yeah, it's pretty dirty.
It is really dirty, and I want to make sure that when I see people, when I show people, I don't want the rough and the tear and wear that's on that medal to be seen as disrespect. I want it to be seen as sharing. It takes a village, and to be able to come from Nova Scotia and share that and put that on as many people's necks as I can is what I put a goal to do. So that's why it's such a bloody mess. But
you and Blayre Turnbull made history. First female hockey players to make it to the Olympic level from Nova Scotia. Do you understand how that has changed the narrative of hockey in this province and in this country?
I do now. At the time, I didn't, and I didn't really take into consideration because I just saw myself as just, a young girl, and Blayre as well, who had a passion for a sport, and all you think about is getting to be the best you can be, and you don't really think about the history and the trailblazing path that you're actually making, because you're just soaking in the moment and you're enjoying your own journey. So it's been very, very humbling, and it's very special, especially when you're talking to parents, and I do a lot of events, and I'll go out and skate or whatever. I haven't been on the ice as much because of my injury, but if I am out and about in the rink, or people see videos and their parents come up and tell me that their kid decided to join hockey because they saw me, and that's more valuable than any piece of hardware.
What injury?
Well, people
Newsflash.
People of the podcast, this just in. Jill blew her knee out in the semifinals of the Olympics. Yeah, I tore my MCL behind the net. One of the Olympic athletes of Russia fell on me. And
very diplomatic of you, by the way.
I know. Well, have to follow the rules. No. Anyways, so she wiped and fell, and I heard a pop. Literally sounded like a chip bag opening, and
delicious.
And I thought, yeah, that's not attached. But I didn't think that, and so I got in a few, I don't want to say arguments, but back and forth, to try to, make the right decision if I was going to be able to play or not. And fortunately, the coaching staff and the GM decided that they were going to let me in, and adrenaline and tape was what got me through. That was a test of character, I thought, and I found, and that was the biggest test of character that I have had. And obviously, I tell my story to people, and the fact that I was released from the team, or wasn't chosen for the World's team 2 months before they named the centralization roster. That was a test of character, but blowing your knee out, and I'm a small, feisty, agile player, and I rely on my quickness and my turns, and it's hard to do that when you have one leg or one knee that doesn't straighten. So when I did that, I decided, right then and there, if I'm not going to be able to perform the way that I have to get here, then I'm just going to be the best teammate and do what I have to do on the bench, or when I do get out, do what I have to do to get out, whether that's draw a penalty or just get the puck to the net. And then so it ended up working out, but it was definitely a challenge and a test of character to make sure I was the best teammate I could be for those girls.
How many penalty minutes do you average a game, bud?
Do I average?
17?
Listen, I draw more than I get. That's all I'll say. Especially against Americans.
Oh, divers. I'm sure they say the exact same thing about us.
About me, for
They're
sure.
wrong. Yeah. Jill the diver.
I know, I do. Elaborate. I like the word she elaborated. Yeah, that's...
Yeah. You took high school drama classes. It's always...
It's always fun.
Holistic education.
It's always fun to be feisty, right? So,
you mentioned heroes and journey and legacy, and who were your heroes?
Well, obviously, my attention and my hard eyes were set on the hockey players that had set the tables before us. Carolyn Ouellette was a huge one for me. Cassie Campbell as well, and obviously them, and you understand, and yeah, I don't even have to explain this to you, but to the public, those people are unmatched, and the character that they possess and the picture that they've painted for women's hockey was something that I wanted to do. I wanted to follow in their footsteps, not to copy, but to be able to say that I learned from them, and for them to be able to be proud of us, just as much as we are proud of them and what they've done for the sport is why they're my idols.
The journey's not always great. I mean, you obviously love hockey, but where's your motivation at right now? I mean, first year out of 4, how does that feel?
Yeah. You know what? I'm not going to lie to you. It's hard. It is hard, and it is hard to pull yourself out of bed sometimes because, you come on such a high, and I think it's something that, you can try to explain to people and you understand this, but it's something that, you really get through experience. And it's like, it's not even just, you know, it's not just as an athlete, but anything in life, you know. I'm sure like a surgeon coming off of a big successful surgery, or, you know, a firefighter, you know, saving a life. Like, it's stuff like that you come off of these highs, and then all of a sudden you're just not living in that heated moment anymore. And so it's tough at first, but, you know, I love my silver medal, but I would love a gold medal more. So that's where I find my motivation when I get up in the morning.
You've been to 2 Worlds, 1 Olympics, all silver. Does that motivate you, or is that frustrating?
It motivates me. It does. It is frustrating for sure, because, you know, our team and the girls in Canada are so talented and so incredibly amazing. And I'm so honored and privileged to be, you know, to be on that squad and to be chosen, recognized with them. But, you know, I think it's frustrating. I think I can speak on behalf of all of them. Obviously it is frustrating, and we, you know, we pride ourselves in, you know, in excellence and success. And, you know, a silver often is not seen as a success at all. And, so to be able to kind of move forward with, a golden quad kind of set in mind is the current goal, I guess.
What does success look like to you?
I think at the end of the day, if you can come home, you know, or come back to your regular life and know that you worked your tail off and people saw that and believe in you, and never doubted that, I think that's success at the end of the day. And I think that, you know, obviously the color of medals is also another indicator, another measurement of success. You know, but that's a physical and something that you actually can see. But, you know, to be emotionally successful, I think is a pinnacle in life that everyone should strive to be for and to reach. And I think, you know, sharing your successes and when someone else is proud of you is just that.
Women's hockey, to me, is the hottest ticket in sport right now.
Yeah.
And that really stems from the passion that both teams bring. You say emotionally successful, though, when you earn a silver medal, but to earn a silver, you have to lose gold. Did you feel emotionally successful, or did that kind of hit you?
No. That was defeat. That was a prime example of defeat, and in that moment, right? And you know, the Olympics is that's the highest level you can get, right? So, you know, to be a world champion and to, you know, anything less than that is a failure in the moment, right? So to us, that's what we saw, and that's why our faces were so emotional, and you know, and everyone saw it on TV across the whole world, and you know. It was a physical and an emotional defeat for sure, but it wasn't until after, you know, that you realize and you share the fact that there was so much more to that journey than a shootout, and that's, I think, where I try to find positives and success in the word success when it comes to that. But you know, I think it was hard to do. It was really hard to do in a 2-sport game and in a gold medal game at the Olympics, for sure.
I hate shootouts.
I hate them too.
And I gotta be honest. I'm a friendly human.
You're all right.
I got a few friends on the American team, but I hate losing sports.
I know,
to the USA. I love that country. Got lots of friends, family, but to lose to the States, I don't care if we're playing backyard badminton.
Yeah.
Like I don't want to lose to Megan Duggan.
And I think the reason is because, you know, there's so much respect between the two countries, right? And at the end of the day, it's, you know, we can joke about it and it's fun. The rival's fun, and you know, you go and watch our game against the US and it's feisty, and there's fighting, and there's, you know, and
there's diving.
There's diving. You're welcome. And yeah, and you know, that's what makes it fun, and that's, you know, and that's the definition of sport.
Moving on. C-dub and dub.
Yeah. Oh, okay.
For those of our listeners that don't know, there's 2 professional women's hockey leagues. One in Canada, the other in the United States.
With Boston,
excuse me. Boston is on the CWHL, Canadian Women's Hockey League. This is controversial, but let's go there.
That's fine.
2 leagues. You want one league? What are your thoughts on that one?
Yes, I think there should be one league for sure. And I don't know where the controversy in that statement even should be, because at the end of the day, I think that all of the best athletes, and best hockey players in the NHL from across the world play in the NHL. And I think that there's no reason why all the females should be playing in the same league as well. We, as much as that rivalry is between, the U.S. and Sweden and Finland and all these, amazing countries that are having all these developing athletes, it's the bitter rivalry that you see is only between the boards. When the game is over, all we want is the betterment of sport and female hockey, and we just want the sport to grow, and we want the best players playing with and against each other so that we can have more best players in the world, coming over here. And that, to me, and that's a personal goal, obviously, but there's nothing I would rather see than a real genuine draft of girls, here you're on this team, you're going here, and you're going to play in your team, and you're going to play with and against the best players in the world, and this is the place to be. I'm
going to flip it. Like, all we hear is this, rivalry. Mm-hmm. Who is your favorite American player?
My favorite American player? I think, they're on the ice or off the ice.
I don't know.
I'm a big Kendall Coyne fan. I like her. I like the way she plays. I like her speed and tenacity, and she's a good person off the ice.
She is a good. You know what? One of my favorite Olympic moments was?
What?
We were having coffee in PyeongChang. It was Jill, Rebecca Johnston, and myself. And Kendall Coyne walks into this coffee shop, and she's like, "Girls, how are you enjoying the beds here? Like, my back just hurts so much." And just went off and was so candid about how bad her back was hurting. And I was thinking, you're gonna literally fight to the death for a gold medal, and tomorrow, she's just being herself. Yeah,
I know.
Beauty.
I think that's kind of the fun thing about that rivalry, though, is that at the end of the day, we all had very similar paths, and we all had very similar struggles to get to where we were. Mm-hmm. So we all kind of understand that, and that doesn't go just for hockey, but obviously when we're talking Hockey Canada US rival, that's what it is. We all share the same struggles and with the same back sores and the same stupid little things, and the things we disagree on with anything. So I think that's kind of fun, and yeah, they have some great players. I have a lot of respect for Megan Duggan as well. She's I was fortunate to play with and against, or meet her and play against her. So I think just learning from leadership, it doesn't have to be from your country. It can be from anywhere else in the world, because we just want sport to grow and get better and be fun to watch, really.
I don't want to lose to Megan Duggan, though.
We don't want to lose to them. God. We don't want to lose to them. Ever.
Refuse to lose attitude.
Refuse to lose.
What do you need to focus on to continue to grow as a hockey player, but more importantly as a human?
Most importantly, I think just at the end of the day, everything comes down to hard work, and I think just continuing to do that, work hard on the ice, and whether that be in a practice or in a game and in a workout, and I think just making sure to do that and enjoying the moment, and you're enjoying your life, because so often as an athlete you get so caught up in the stresses and how hard it is, and how much more training you have to do, and how early you got to wake up. And at the end of the day, we're so blessed, we wake up with 2 feet in a heartbeat, and we're able to play the sport we love, and there's nothing that should ever trump that. So
2 feet in a heartbeat.
2 feet in a heartbeat, baby.
All-time beauty, Jill Saulnier, thank you for joining me. Olympian, silver, we're getting some golds.
2022.
Peace!
Peace.
Jill Saulnier and I caught up in Halifax to record that conversation. Players Own Voice podcast is a CBC Sports production. Email your comments to us, playersownvoicepodcast@cbc.ca. Social media, #PlayersOwnVoice. I'm Anna Stasher on everything social. Our producer is David Giddens, and Graham McDonald is our sound mixer. Thanks for listening.
Love CBC podcasts? Help us make them better. Take our CBC Podcast listener survey now at cbc.ca/podcasts. The quick survey will help us improve your favorite CBC podcasts. cbc.ca/podcasts.